Hello, my name is Ana Karen Lozano Ulloa. My ID number is 10128598 and this is my video for presenting the first coursework.
Well, I'm gonna start off by showing the three that we have for this activity. First, I created this folder that it's package, the Courseworks. Then in here, I added two folders, scripts and launch. And inside of scripts, I have the two Python codes for the nodes. I have the signal generator node and the process node. And in the launch folder, I have the launch file. So now I'm gonna start with the codes. Well, this first part, it's just as we've been doing it in class. In here, we're just saying that we're going to use Python to run this code. We have the RustPy. We also have these two libraries that we need in order to run the code as we have it. And well, in here, we're just declaring that we're going to use standard messages with the type float variable. So now in the code, we start by naming our code. This is going to be signal generator. We are also setting the rate for 10 Hertz. Then we have our two publishers that are going to be time and signal. Then in here, this variable, basically, this will help us to store the starting time to have the time as a reference. Then inside of the shutdown, well, this part is basically a loop that is gonna run till the Rust is stopped. So, well, we have first the time that this is just like computing the elapsed time. Then we have the function for our sine wave. And well, then in here, we're just telling the code to publish these two values, to publish the value of signal and the value for time. And well, then we were also asked to use the log info. So in here, we're basically just like printing our two values into the terminal. And well, then we just close with this line rate sleep. Then I'm gonna go to the process, and well, then in here we started the same way as I already explained for the passcode, importing just a few libraries that we have in order to use. We are also specifying that we are using standard messages with type float. And well, first we start by declaring the two global variables. This is basically just gonna store the latest value that is received. Then we also have, well, not also, we have the callback functions. And well, these are basically functions that are going to be triggered when a new value or a new message is received. So yeah, now we start with our, well, actually just an important part, these last lines in here, this will help us to save the value that we are receiving. That's why these definitions are important. So now we're going to go to our main code. We start by naming our node. In this case, it's process. We have our two subscribers that are signal and time, also float variables. And well, we are having this related to our callback functions. We are also setting the rate to 10 Hertz. Then we have a publisher for this node that is the processed signal. And well, as it was said that we could add a hard-coded phase shift. Well, we are here just adding a phase shift with a value that is fixed, so it's 1. And well, now for our loop, for our shutdown loop, well, we have just in here we have the function for signal, and well, we have that these numbers. What basically they add the phase shift, and they reduce the amplitude and add offset, as it was asked also in the activity. And well, then in here we just publish our variable into the terminal, and we just finish off with printing our value in the terminal. And then the code for our launch file. Basically, we have these 4 nodes. Actually, these nodes, I just added them. So whenever we run the launch file, there was no need to send into a different terminal the RQT plot and RQT graph. I just added them here, so they are printed out automatically. But well, the most important nodes in here is the node for the signal generator and for the process. So these are the two nodes that we have. And now I'm gonna show up how we run our code. We start with the Rust core. now that ROS is running, we go to a different terminal and we go to our library, which is Kakin workspace. And now that we are here, we have to use the source. So we use source. Let me just check out the code so I don't mess it up. Okay, so is devel and then setup.bash. Okay, so now it's been sourced, and then we're gonna use ROS launch in this case because we are using a launch file, and we have it in Courseworks, and our file that it was called cw1.launch. Okay, so our two terminals have been displayed. This first terminal is for the time and the original signal, and then this is for the processed signal that it has already been added. The phase shift and the amplitude has been changed, and well, as we can see, the values for this one they're going from 1 to 0. To -1 to +1, and then when the signal has been already processed, they're just going from 0 to 1. So that's how we can see that it's working. Well, from now, just with the printed values. But now we're gonna go into the plots that we have in here. First, we have our ROS graph. We're gonna go to, oh, actually, we just have to refresh. I'm not sure how why this happens, but I think it's because when this terminal was displayed, they were not like generated properly. So we just have to refresh the plot again, the graph. I just clicked in here. Also, we can go just to active, just to see that they're all working right now. We have the signal generator, then the two publishers, which are signal and time, then an other node that is process, and then the other publisher, which is processed signal. And then in here for the plot, we can see our original signal, which is a blue graph that is going, well, it's a sine wave, it's going from -1 to 1. And then in red, we have our processed signal, which is only going from 0 to 1. And well, as we can see, it was phase shifted, and it had a reduced in the amplitude, and it also has an offset. So that's how we can see that our codes are running properly.